We wanted to interview you guys a bit more about what you guys are doing at the moment, what's happening on your side. Obviously, Rachel, you've been involved in various interesting projects. Chris, I'm sure you have as well. So we'd love to hear a bit more about what you're currently up to and what's coming up in the next few months.
Yeah, it's quite a busy time for us at the moment. It's exciting. Do you want to explain a bit more about what we're doing?
Well, we're an official selection in Raindance. We have a film called In Too Deep, which is in the shorts category. So that's exciting. That's next Saturday. And we're both working towards our debut feature, which is we're excited about that, aren't we?
We go into production just after Christmas, so yes,
So obviously you have various roles, I guess, and obviously producing a film is never easy, and doing anything like this is extremely challenging. Now this is obviously very much helping independent film artists kind of grow their presence online. What would you say is one of the most challenging things doing your own film, obviously going for it yourself now? What would you say is one of the biggest lessons you've learned?
What's the biggest lessons I've learned? It just never gets any easier, I would probably say. It doesn't matter what kind of accolades or attention you get, it never becomes easy. Finance is always notoriously difficult with indie films, which is why things like this are so important, and we're here to support tonight. So yeah, it doesn't get any easier, that's what I'd say.
I just think it's important just to put one foot in front of the other. I think we always look at the top of the mountain, but if you just build it slowly, it eventually all comes together.
Yeah, incredible. Obviously, the founder of Raindance, Elia, he's an incredible guy. He's got a great vision. And what would you say is the thing you get most excited about Raindance as a festival? It's more than just a festival, of course. It's a movement, I'd say. What would you say is one of the biggest pluses for you guys?
I think it supports indie film. You can see the passion with every screening and everything that the festival directors put into it. So it's all about indie film, which is great.
Yeah, kind of same. Absolutely, a champion's indie film, and that's what we do, and that's what we love. So absolutely, yeah.
Well, now tonight, obviously, Our Kid is an incredible film on a quite sensitive topic, disability, and obviously the whole story is shot in Liverpool. Now, what would you say is the number one thing you're looking forward to tonight of this premiere?
If I'm being honest, I don't know much about the movie. I learned about this very recently from a friend, Amanda, who says come along, we'd love to see it. So I'm really excited because I don't know too much about it other than it's an indie and it's set in Liverpool. So that's it.
Fantastic. The trailer has not been watched yet?
If I'm honest, no.
Good, fantastic. Thanks for being honest. How about you?
Well, I'm excited to see a working class story in Liverpool. Our company, Slick Films, just made one, a short called Ryan Can't Read, set in Liverpool. Yeah. And I don't think you see many stories, really, many films from that part of the world. And as working class filmmakers ourselves, we really root for those types of films.
Representation's important, yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, it's great. And obviously, you've gone through various hurdles and achievements. Now, obviously, winning an Oscar is quite a big achievement, / a hurdle maybe, or burden, or I don't know what it is. But what would you say was one of the most amazing moments of winning that Oscar?
Oh my goodness, it was such a blur, the whole thing. We're super fortunate that it happened. I mean, actually, after the Oscar, so many amazing things proceeded. We were actually campaigning for access to education for deaf children at the time, and we managed to get the film screened in Parliament, the United Nations Conference, and the first ever Global Disability Summit. And so that followed the Oscar, and that just couldn't have got any better for us for what we were trying to do. So all of it, really. What would you say?
I mean, it was a wild ride. You never expect anything like that to happen, but it's really about the work, and I think that it opens doors, but it doesn't get you jobs. So you've still got to put in the graft.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe there's the last question on this as well. Like, what would you say is number one advice for actors who are obviously up and coming, trying to establish themselves? We interviewed a few tonight, which is very inspiring. But what would we say top one tip for actors are trying to make it at the moment?
Oh my God, I don't think I'm vaguely qualified to answer this. Keep going. It's like a numbers game. That's what I'd say. Just keep going. We know it's notoriously difficult. We know it's uber competitive. But if you keep on and on, eventually something's going to stick. That's what we kind of do, don't we? We just one foot in front of the other and hope for the best. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've got to work hard and stick with it. I think it gets easier the older you get, because I think people have more responsibilities as they get older. Yeah. So if you can stick with it, I do think it's
stand more chance.
I think so. Yeah,
absolutely. And maybe the last question on this: what would you say is your number one core vision for what you guys are doing at the moment with producing a film? What would you like to say to anyone who's who get to know you?
Core vision for producing the film.
Well, I think the films that we do, we try to make films that have a social conscience, and try and shine a light on films that can help change society. I think that's what we try and do.
The debut feature is no exception. Yeah, so we've very much bitten off. Probably always feels like we've bitten off more than we can chew. At this point, we're at that stage of the journey. So I don't know if it'll ever not feel like that, but we're very excited to tell this story and to create a platform, hopefully, to talk about the subject as well. So.
Yeah, fantastic. No, Rachel and Chris, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that, and I look forward to seeing you later after the premiere. And have a lovely evening. Take care. Enjoy. Thank you, guys. Thanks.